Okay, fifth grade. Number 4, they asked us to find 38 times 69, again using compatible numbers. 38 is not easy to use in our head. What number is close to 38 that's easy to put in our head? Good, 40. So this becomes 40. Okay, and 69 is close to what number that's easier to be used? 70. Good. Now we find our basic fact, which is 4 times 7, which gives us 28. And then we go back and count our zeros, 1, 2, and add our 2 zeros at the end. So our estimated product is 2,800. Okay, again, they asked us to determine if it was an overestimate or an underestimate. So 38, we went up to 40. 69, we went up to 70. So since we changed them both and they went higher, this is going to be an overestimate. All right, good job. Let's go back into your textbook now where it says, do you understand, for numbers 5 and 6. Number 5 says, Susan used rounding to estimate 243 times 4 and found 200 times 4. Jeremy used compatible numbers and found 250 times 4. Says the actual product is 972. Whose method gives an estimate closer to the actual product? Okay, so let's do this together. They said Susan did 243 times 4 using rounding, so she found 200 times 4. Okay, 4 tells us to round down, so 2 stays the same, and these became zeros. Our basic fact is 2 times 4, so that gives me 8, and go back and count my zeros. So her rounding method gave her a product of 800. Jeremy went and changed the 243 to a compatible number and changed it to 250 times 4. And then he did his basic fact of 25 times 4, which is what? 100. And then went back and added the zeros. So his, using compatible numbers, his product was 1,000. The actual answer is 972. So they want you to look at these products, these answers, and see who is closest. And who would be closer for this one? Jeremy. Good. So what they're trying to show us here is that sometimes, depending on what they're asking, you have to determine which way is better to use, whether to use rounding or compatible numbers. If they're trying to ask you to find the closest one, then you have to do both ways and see which way is closer to your actual answer. All right, good job. Number 6, it says, in the example above, why is it better to adjust $525 to $500 rather than leave the number at $525? Why would we do that, 5th grade? Why would we change $525 to $500? Obviously, the answer here is because it's easier to multiply and it will give us an underestimate. So it's easier to use 500 versus 525. Okay, 5th grade, we're going to do a couple of the independent practice problems together. Okay, starting at the top of page 69. Our first one, the directions say to estimate each product. It does not ask us to focus on under or overestimating. So right now they just want you to get down the basic set here. So 75 times 28. It also does not ask you if you want to do by rounding or by compatible numbers. So then that means you can choose. Okay? For 75 times 28, we can start out by using the rounding method. Okay? 75 gets rounded to 80. And 28 will get rounded to 30. So now I have easier numbers to use. 8 times 3 gives us 24. Go back and count your zeros. 1, 2. So our estimate is 2,400. Okay? Again, if we were to use compatible numbers for this one, it would probably be the same numbers anyway, because 75 is close to 80 and 28 is close to 30. So either way you would have chosen for that one would probably come up with the same numbers, and that happens sometimes. Okay, our next one, number 9, 39 times 48. Again, they picked numbers where I think either method would kind of come up with the same. 39 would round to what? 40, good job. And 58 would round to what? 60, good. What's our basic fact? 4 times 6. What is 4 times 6? 24, and we count our zeros. We have 2 zeros. Final product is 2,400. Okay? Number 10, they asked us to do 97 times 15. Okay? If we were to use rounding, 97 would round to 100, and 15 would round to 20. What's 1 times 2? Gives us 2. And then we go back and count our zeros. 1, 2, 3. Our final product is 2,000. If we did compatible numbers, again, I think they would come out to be the same. 97 we would round, go up to 100, and 15 is closer to 20. Same thing. All right, good job, 5th grade. I need you to write down any questions that you have, and then I want you to try some on your own. So if you could, please complete page 69, numbers 11 through 14. See you tomorrow.